on the characters, don't focus on their personalities. But this one was like straight up, you know, Luigi personality highlight.
Right.
And it was so rare, but I think it kind of started the wheels turning like, oh yeah, these characters can have like these backstories and personalities that we can highlight.
Right. You know, you and I obviously went very heavy on it on Nintendo Minute, which I'll pat myself on the back. I'll say that was a very forward-thinking show. But I do remember I also worked on videos that were, for the first time, really focused on like the kid audience on YouTube, where it's like, let's get like a kid host and come up with these like little like gags and skits that are very kid-focused. And like we spent a lot on those. Like we spent a lot of time on those, and you know that's like since then has always been a big emphasis for Nintendo of like, you know, bring in new kid fans, new kid players.
Yeah.
And that to me was like the first time that we were really consciously trying to do it versus just assuming like, oh yeah, kids love Nintendo.
Yeah.
Don't have to do anything there.
Or like Nintendo used to have this way of looking at like who plays their games, or like especially with the Wii U or the Wii era, it's like everybody plays our games, not 0 to 99 or like whatever. It's like no, a 0-year-old and a 99.
I'm 100 years old and I can't play.
Yeah.
What's the deal?
Not? I'm
time to kick off this mortal coil.
I'm in the womb and I can't play Mario Kart.
Not for zygotes. Sorry.
Not for zygotes. Yeah. So it was very unique to have like something focused on the characters, something that was acknowledging like a social media trend, something that was targeted towards a very specific audience. Like those are things that Nintendo has never done until the launch of this game.
So the other thing that was very unique about this game was, you know, we started to hear around the time of the launch, like, oh, there's going to be a lot of like post-release content, which at the time was not new for video games in general, but was very new for us.
Yeah.
You know, the first Nintendo game that had DLC, I think, was New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS,
right.
You know, which didn't predate this by that much. But we got a lot, even on the Wii U version. And the first one of those was infamously
terrible.
This Mercedes-Benz free update, which I remember quite clearly working on this, and I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that was like a real shocker.
This was shaky.
Yeah, and it definitely was so not like Nintendo to do something like this. Like, Nintendo hates things where it's like, quote, borrowed interest.
Right.
Where it's like not something that, you know, is natively in the game that you can talk about from a marketing perspective. You're like borrowing this, I guess, the interest of old people, like old rich people that have Mercedes-Benzes somehow, which was just bizarre. Like, it didn't match up with the game at all, and it was just such a strange partnership.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was just like Nintendo operating from a position of weakness.
Exactly.
And like, what can we do? Let's even bend our rules a little bit to just drum up something. So